Welcome to the Religion Cabaret. I'd just like to start the show with a quick prayer. Would you like to join hands? Don't worry if you don't. Our Father, or Mother, or Buddha, or Krishna, or Jehovah, or Allah, or Shulao, or Guru Nanak, or Zoroaster, who art in heaven, or Nirvana, or Shambhala, or other. Please help everyone and everything to be nice and good. Amen. Or women, or non-specific gender. So welcome to the Religion Cabaret. I'd like to introduce you to the interreligious wedding cake. It's a real cake. It's had letters of commendation by the Archbishop of Canterbury, by Nigella Lawson, and by the Prince of Wales. It's made of polystyrene with icing on, like a dummy cake, but the bottom layer is real cake. I'd like to tell you a story about it. It was at a wedding, an interreligious wedding between a Muslim lady and a Jewish guy. And the lady had been on holiday, and I asked the groom, Mecca? No, sorry, she'd been on pilgrimage, sorry. And I said to the groom, Mecca? He said, no, she went of her own accord. And she wanted to slim a bit before the wedding. And so she went to a Muslim weight loss club, a bit like Fat Busters, only called Fatwa. And some people think I'll get a fatwa put on me for these jokes, but my material's so thin, it's more likely to be a thinwa. And the best man at the wedding, he gave a speech, and he was a Sikh, and they tried to ban him for telling Sikh jokes. And the worst was, what do you get when you cross a Sikh with a martial arts expert? Guru Nunchaka. And they had a buffet, and I went to the buffet with a Buddhist friend and got served by the waiter, and the waiter said, how would you like your plate? And the Buddhist said, I'd like it to be one with everything. And then he went back for seconds and I said, hold on a minute, I thought Buddhists weren't supposed to be greedy. And he said, well, I follow the Buddhist teaching on sunyata, emptiness, that although things appear full on the outside, their true essence inside is empty. And besides, he said, I'm like a bud that flowers into enlightenment. When I'm fully flowered in enlightenment, I'm going to become a florist. There was a great band that played. It was a Taoist, a Jehovah's Witness, a church bell ringer, and a gospel singer. And it was a yin-yang, bing-bong, ding-dong, sing-song. It's great. Everyone enjoyed it. And then after the festivities, my Jewish friend said, would you like to come to a bar mitzvah? I said, great, what sort of drinks do we serve there? And he said, no, it's bar is boy, mitzvah is a commandment. It's when a Jewish boy takes on God's commandments. And I said, oh yeah, I've seen that, the Western Wall in Jerusalem. It's where Jews rock back and forwards against the wall, a bit like banging your head against the brick wall. A bit like religion, really, some would say, but I believe that there is something that can be gained in religion. I'm not sure about how it was in the ancient times, but in a kind of consumerist form, I think there's still some possibility of salvation. Anyway, the incitement to religious hatred bill. The best thing about the incitement to religious hatred bill is it protects people with strange beliefs, like me. The worst thing about the incitement to religious hatred bill is it protects people with strange beliefs, like me. The people criticise the bill for curtailing freedom of expression. You know, and like it's against hatred, but most of the major religions have in their scriptures hateful statements about other religions, whether it's infidels, goyim, broods of vipers, pagans, heathens. So the government's guilty of contradicting its own law because it's inciting hatred against all these religions that incite hatred. So it's a bit of a faulty law. It's better to ban hatred, full stop. But anyway, the bigger curtailing of freedom of expression, I think, comes from comedians who, like Rowan Atkinson and Stuart Lee, complain that they won't be able to express themselves. But when did a comedian start a show with prayer? When did a comedian look at religion in a sympathetic way, or even semi-sympathetic way? But big media companies as well, they threaten freedom of expression. Slide. I'll give you an example. Channel 4 Spirituality Shopper. just came out a couple of months ago. 18 months ago, I sent a program idea to production companies and went into dialogue about a program about shopping for different religions, with a presenter taking people on lifestyle options, different religions. And then the program came out, pick and mix religion, no credit to me for originating it. So I like to call the show Spirituality Shoplifter, and about nick and mix rather than pick and mix. Slide. And here I am on the cover of my local newspaper, TV Lettings, my idea for the show. But I've got lots of ideas, and maybe I'll pitch Spirituality Shoplifter, where teams go into different religious buildings, a church or a mosque or a synagogue, and see who can nick the biggest item. Or Spirituality Shopfitter, where different teams set up different religious windows and who can design the best window for religion. Or Spirituality Shirtlifter, where people bend over and go down for different faith leaders. But anyway, Christian groups criticise comedians for just looking at Christianity. Or you'd be too scared to look at Islam or other religions, or you only have to be that faith to be able to look at that faith in comedy. But, what if you're a postmodern and eclectic religious person? So, better than focus on one religion, is to look at them all. So here's a few quick one-liners. What do you get when you cross a rabbi and a T? A rabbit. What do you get when you cross an imam with a T and a henna? Tim Henman. What do you get when you rub Vicks on a Christian's bottom? Vic ass. Did you hear about the atheist who thought the Dalai Lama was a daily newspaper for woolly mammals? Did you hear about the atheist who thought that a Brahmin was taking time out to adjust your lingerie? Or did you hear about the atheist who thought a yogi was a cartoon bear? So before we move on, I'd like to teach you a dance that's sweeping the world. It's the interreligious disco dance. From the Ganges to Stonehenge, from Mecca to Jerusalem, it's a new dance craze. And here's the moves. There's a Muslim bow, a Hindu dip, a Christian bow, John Travolta, an Indian powwow, a Sufi mystic twirl, and then a Jewish rock. But to introduce this, we'll have the religious cabaret. Life is an interreligious cabaret, old chum. Life is an interreligious cabaret. Religion makes the world go round, the world go round, the world go round. Religion makes the world go round, it makes the world go round, it makes the world go round. If you happen to believe in a God that can feed, you'll be living in a world where your goods will be lost. If you happen to believe in a God that can weed, you'll be living in a world where your stitches are crossed. If you happen to believe in a God that can conceive to a virgin, you must ask were they married at the time. If you happen to believe that a God can exist in a virgin, you must ask is this sublime. Religion makes the world go round, the world go round, the world go round. Religion makes the world go round, it makes the world go round, it makes the world go round. This is a bit where we have a prayer. If you want to join in prayer, dear God, I know this is really stupid, and I know this is pointless. I'm trying to do something good as well. Please let this be positive. I don't intend it to be negative. I don't intend it to. If you happen to believe in a God that can drive, you'll be living in a world where the racing is fast. If you happen to believe that your God will arrive, you'll be living in a world where your car will be passed. If you happen to believe in a God throwing dice, you'll be living in a world where your fate will be cast. If you happen to believe that a God touched the mice, you'll be living where there's hope for a set life.